Welcome to Sugar Daddy's podcast, where we get real about love, money, and everything in between. I'm your host, Namon Jones, here with my co-host, Diopla Sample. What's up, D?
What's going on, Namon?
Man, they say love don't cost a thing, but what about companionship?
Hey, man, we just two grown-ass men having real talk, making real connections.
No, for real, man, for real. The reason why I call it a journey is because I think it's something that we've seen and it's something that we glamorize, right? It's something that we think about that it looks like.
Don't steal my word.
No. You said no. I'm going back to what you said.
Okay.
You want credit?
If I say it, motherfucker, wait. If I say it, yes. To my boy.
Okay, hold on. And I quote the great philosopher. Okay. My boy said it. What we talked about earlier, before the cameras was really rolling and all that, you were just saying, say it again, say it.
Well,
it's glamorized, is what you said, right?
Well,
it's
a lifestyle and a culture that now we want to bring to the awareness of people that really don't talk about it. So if I call myself a sugar daddy, it's a part of me that live like that. Like, a woman got to understand what type of dude she with. And if she don't, she'll send herself through a bunch of heartache and pain she ain't got to go through.
Yeah, but we talking about the journey though, right? We talking about how we got here.
Oh, yeah.
Bring it back. See what I'm saying? So, hold on.
I tell you that on that every day. Nigga, you ain't shit.
Yep. And he still fuck with me, don't he? That man it take an ain't shit nigga to know another ain't shit nigga.
What do you mean? Oh, you call it, yeah.
Hey, look, man. Hey, why don't we talk to our audience today about the sugar journey? Our journey, man. What you say?
Man, I think it was an amazing, but...
Amazing?
Oh, man, let me say this. Y'all got to hear this. When I was a kid, 5 years old, I watched my grandfather take care of his wife and 2 or 3 other women. So, growing up...
Hold on, but your granddaddy was your grandmama's husband. So she was the wife.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
You got jokes.
No. I want because
Your granddad.
You said you watched your granddaddy
take care of his
wife, meaning your grandmama.
Meaning his wife. I said his wife.
Was
my grandmother.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
No, because
she's my grandmother, not biologically. Okay. But that's his wife.
But that was his wife. Okay,
that's right.
I got you.
Okay. I watched him take care of her and 2 or 3 other women. So growing up, this is what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was my hero, and he was a big spender. Spent a lot of money. Wore big jewelry. He was a big man. But what he wanted, he got. So I idolized that.
So then when I hear you say, the journey of a sugar daddy, when you become one, you're a product of what you see.
Absolutely.
Because my story is similar for real.
Yeah.
I grew up where my mom dated this dude 17 years. This dude was at our house every night. That was her dude. He went to family reunions. Our whole family knew this guy, right? But he also had a whole nother family on the other side of town. Matter of fact, had children with this woman, and she went to the same school I went to.
Right.
So we both knew. We have a conversation. But what's crazy is neither one of our mamas was his wife.
Right. Right.
He had a wife.
Okay.
And he took care of everybody. All the households, the whole nine. And you grew up watching this kind of thing, and you become a product of what you see.
Right. Well, I would say.
So that's the beginning of the journey, would you say?
But now I do like it.
But hold on, but did you say you?
That is the beginning of a journey,
That's what I
of my
feel.
journey, because I
Mine too.
saw this example before me that I idolized.
Mm-hmm.
And because I idolized it so much so that I want to be just like him. I became like him in certain ways that are good and bad. Okay, because he was a generous guy. I saw him give. I mean, give. I'm the same way. So now, even when I connect with women for whatever we fucking, whatever we doing,
Right.
I'm still generous to her. I want to take care of her. I want to make sure she's okay.
It's a high when you can take care of her.
Absolutely.
So what's the journey then? Like I I feel like that was the beginning of the journey. You're a product of what you see, because I started basing a lot of relationships just like that, and I always would take care of a woman. I'm gonna tell you this for real. So I grew up watching that, right? And then I remember I was in high school, and like when I'm talking about when I started fucking, like for real, like when a woman, like, I think my first real in love, right? And I remember, man, this girl told me, I ain't gonna say her name, man, she wanted me to take care of her, right? No bullshit. And I was in love with this chick, man, for real. High school love. And I remember her telling me, I need you to buy me an outfit. And I'm in fucking high school, I'm poor as shit. You know the story, how I grew up, the whole nine. But anyway, man, I was in love with this chick, right? And would do anything, man. We fucking, like, we in it. She got me, nose wide open, as my mama would say. But she told me if I couldn't buy her something, she was gonna break up with me. And I'm in the band, man. That's how I was able to get through college and some of the shit I've done. I'm a musician. And so, man, this girl was gonna break up with me because I couldn't provide an outfit for her.
In high school?
Yeah, man.
That's-
It may be the area, I don't fucking know, but that's what what I was exposed to in my area. So, nigga, I almost got kicked out the band because I went and got a job at McDonald's and made some real money to try to buy this chick an outfit. She still broke up with my ass and shit. But I think the journey, my point is that it became programmed in my head, I guess. You know what I mean? So from there, I always had the concept that a man is going to provide. In my world, I felt like a man gonna get his needs. And if one woman won't do it, he gonna go somewhere else and get it done, because that's all I've ever seen. I never seen a man of valor in my household, my family. They had kids out of wedlock, all that shit.
That's why I believe, but what most men, a lot of men, like even my age, they're so full of shit.
You goddamn right they are.
Okay.
Lied forever, for generations.
Like, you know, whatever your experience was, most families are dysfunctional. Mm-hmm. I don't know a functional one that's healthy. I don't know one. Even when you look and think it's one, it's a problem somewhere inside of that.
100%.
So to not acknowledge this type of culture where you as a man, you take care of another woman, whether it's one woman or 10 women, it don't matter. Mm-hmm. One of the qualifications of being a sugar daddy is you got to have some financial capability to be able to take care of a motherfucking woman, man.
So, man, I'm going to tell you for real. You become a product of what you see. And for me, I tried hard to not be like what I didn't see. So my dad wasn't involved in my life, but he had a bunch of kids and didn't take care of none of them, right? So I tell people all the time, I got the devil on one side and the angel on the other side of my shoulder every single day, and I battle with myself because I tried so hard not to be like my father, but I was just like that motherfucker. I mean, love women just like he loved women, right? And did a whole lot of fucking up. And so what's crazy is I grew up in a household without my dad, but another dude who would be considered the father figure for me. And this motherfucker was beating the shit out of my mama every day and would remind me every day that he wasn't my daddy. But he had all these women. And they would I would openly hear my mama and this dude fucking. And this nigga either had,
Devastating.
oh my God.
Man, I cannot
I
imagine.
used to think that he was beating my mama ass. I would go as a little boy and remember knocking on the door and shit, like, get off my mama, get off my mama and shit. And then I peeked through the goddamn hole. He never took his socks off and shit, right? But I would see his legs and he had no clothes on. But my point is, man, is that this motherfucker was at will with my mom. And so it's crazy because as I grew up, I still, no matter what, became a product of what I saw and the DNA that was in me from my father, who I ain't never really spent no time around. So what happens to me? Shit, at one point, I fucking have a wife, a fiance, and a girlfriend, all at the same fucking time. Now, if they ain't no sugar daddy shit, what is? And I'm with the girlfriend most of the time for 2.5 years. Strong.
And I'll be honest with you, man. I like the culture.
But what? But again,
I just like it.
but how did you stumble into it? How did you
That's
stumble into
some
the
of my
culture?
experiences growing up.
So
Like
okay,
growing up, but at the same time, where I am now. Now, some of what I experienced being a sugar daddy,
yeah,
I like. Let me drive that point home. Okay? Because it not only still makes me feel young, but it also gives me the motivation and the drive to keep going.
but for me it was.
Nah, that ain't for everybody.
Yeah. But and I agree. But I think it's different needs. It's different reasons why you become a sugar daddy. Because first of all, shit, you don't even fucking realize you're a sugar daddy. For me, until I realized I was right, and then you just accept the shit because at a point everybody knew.
It's more too. It's a role.
Yeah,
It's a role.
it is. But for me, it was I'm getting a need satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm
Do a role you playing.
yeah.
Yeah. But do a lifestyle that exists.
But so when did you for real, big bro? When did you realize though? We talk about the journey. When you realized you was a sugar daddy though?
When it was over. I couldn't see it when I was in it.
That's so. I think that's
Love
what I'm saying.
will
I stumbled.
blind you.
Yeah,
I was a sugar daddy that loved all of my women. I was. Every last one of them, I tell you, he told me he loved me.
He loved me. Hell yeah.
And I did. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
But I loved them all in different ways until one got my heart. So you can play the game and be hard all you want, but there's always that one. There's always that one. Shit.
I feel that.
Change your life. Change your life, for real. Because, now don't get me wrong, I love the fact of getting the attention from women.
Yeah.
Right? But I believe, say, man, a lot of what happened to me as far as my health came from my lifestyle. So on one side it was glamorous, but on the other side it was very painful.
Hold on.
Like
Hold on.
going through a stroke.
You saying your stroke came from your lifestyle?
Yeah, it did. They couldn't tell me. They could not tell me where it came from.
But D.
Hold up.
D, come on, man.
The doctors could not tell me.
That's some shit.
I had a stroke. And they could not diagnose me.
So?
Listen, they could not diagnose me and tell me where it came from. So it came from how I was living. Hold on. It was good. Don't get me wrong, man. I had a whole bunch.
I get that. Hold on. This is what we talking about. Hold on. I know we in the episode of shit. This is good shit. But hold on. D. They can't tell my motherfucking mama when she had a stroke where the stroke came from.
Yeah, they can. They can tell you where strokes come from. Well, it's a blood clot. All right? But I'm going to tell you where all disease come from.
What?
Stress. Name one. Stress. It was stress that started.
Cancer
stress.
comes from
I'm telling you. So
HIV.
it was in my
Stress.
lifestyle. I was so
STDs
stressed
come from
out
stress.
at the time. Man, listen. You can
saying name a disease.
No, now watch this.
What?
My grandfather, who was my hero. When I look at his life, though, he was a very miserable man.
Why?
Because he could not have just one woman. He kept women around him.
Did you ask him? Did you ask him why?
No, I ain't asked him nothing because he did now. But the point I'm making to you is, when I look back over it, that's why I'm saying lifestyle. So you got to be careful.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because a young woman is only so much she know anyway.
Right.
So,
But
nigga, if you have a stroke, you better make sure she know how to take care of your ass.
Okay, so hold on. So let me, if I understand you correctly, right? Because, shit, I don't want to sound like I'm interviewing you or anything, but cause see, my shit's a little bit different. But you didn't.
What did you? What
Well, that's what I was saying.
Because I'm gonna show you something. We really just not really taking a look at what the culture really is to create something that ain't there.
Well, it's there, but they don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's invisible. It's like it's invisible.
That's right.
Yeah,
we bringing this awareness now. We making shit visible.
I agree, and we talking about our journeys, which I believe that you're a product of what you see, and so that becomes your journey for me.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened for real.
Yeah.
No bullshit. You realize, for me anyway, and that's what I'm talking about. Your journey. For me, I started fucking realizing that I'm taking care of women. Like, okay, I was married for more than 25 fucking years, for real. I got married in 96, okay? And I tell you, man, I met my wife, my ex-wife, in college. We were musicians. She marched in the band, I marched in the band. We had kids, got married, and I tried real hard not to be like my dad, right? So the areas where I excelled in was I took care of my family. Right? Hold on. Those are the areas I excelled in. The areas I fucking was just like my daddy.
You ain't stop fucking.
Women. I was always in trouble. I mean, it's, and I didn't grow up with it. I didn't. Now, here's the thing. My dad had all these kids, man. He had a lot of kids. But I was determined, okay, I ain't gonna be like her, so I wasn't gonna have any kids outside my marriage. Now, I'm divorced. Hold on. I'm divorced now. Hold on. I'm divorced now.
Okay.
Now, I swear,
Okay.
if we gonna be real, if we gonna have real conversations, see, this gonna free some people. Fuck it. I'm all in. My ex-wife see this shit, forgive me. Hey, we said we go all in.
Wait. Hold up.
What?
Go ahead.
No, listen, man. Listen. I was always in some shit. Wait.
'Cause now you got my motherfucking mind. Hold up. Why you don't want her to see it? Like, be real.
Listen, man. I'm going to be me. There's some things I would always want to protect her of. They my kid's mama. There's some things that she knew I was fucked up in, and she still stayed. I knew a long time ago we weren't gonna make it.
Okay, I get it.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me get there. I knew a long time ago we weren't gonna make it because I believe that she's an amazing person. I do. I really do. I was fucked up. I believe, for real, man. I believe your DNA, man. I'm telling you, you can't control some shit.
Yeah, I get it. So let me say this. Hold up. Cause you my boy.
Yeah.
Man, this you.
Yeah.
Okay. No, hold up. I get it. This you. What happened? Happened.
Well, right. I was going to tell you why.
So, okay, tell me.
Hold on. I'm going to tell you why. You said, well, I don't want her to see it. Well, some of this shit she gonna hear, she been wondering for a long time. Okay?
Yeah, but
hold on. What you just say? You said this is a culture that exists.
Yeah.
But nobody want to talk about it.
That's right.
So we get ready to expose some shit.
Yeah, but
that's never talked about. No, come on.
I get it.
Okay, so that's all I'm saying.
I'm not.
So here we are. That's why I'm just answering your question.
Okay.
That's why I said that. So now, let me
I'm
go.
not saying. I think you should have just said it. You ain't have to preface. Like, this is me.
Okay.
Hey, bitch, fuck you. We ain't together. I wouldn't give a damn if you had my kids, and I don't mean it in the fashion of calling you a bitch. What I'm saying is, I'm living my own life. We ain't together.
Well, me and
I'm just saying, my nigga.
I know.
Goddamn.
But you and I are different, though. That's how you. Hey, you You the yin, I'm the yang. The
I
yin,
get it. I'm
you gonna
just
bang
saying.
on windows and shit.
Fine line
you
between the pimp and the pastor.
No, you gonna bang on the windows and shit. I'm
Fine
gonna
line
bring some
between
peace.
the pimp and the pastor.
So which one are you?
It's a fine line.
You could be both at times.
No, I'm just saying to you that there are times when, like, man, because I thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
The last person I want you to see this is my mama.
Exactly.
However,
Right.
I ain't forcing nobody to put their eyes on the podcast.
No.
Now, that's what I'm saying.
No doubt.
It's a part of me want to protect, that's my mama, want to protect her. But I'm living my own motherfucking life. I wouldn't even give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about nothing no more. You know why? Naked I came, naked I'm gonna leave this motherfucker. Shit, you can't take mama, daddy, son, daughter, nobody with you when you leave. You don't never want to get to the end of your motherfucking life and regret something you didn't do.
No bullshit. But guess what?
So
guess what though?
Man.
Hold on, but guess what though? I didn't say, motherfucker, I won't go and talk about it.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Hold on. What the fuck did you hear me say? I said, I hope she don't see the shit. That's what the fuck I just said. I was getting to expose it all, nigga. Like, that's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's.
Bullshit. No,
we talking though.
I know we talking. No. When I say expose, it's some shit that motherfuckers been wanting to.
Let her figure it out.
We are, but I'm giving it to tell
Let her figure it out. Just say it.
She ain't got to figure it out. I'm about to tell it.
Okay.
I'm about to say it. Here's how I realized on my journey of becoming a sugar daddy for real, man.
You got your baby white voice on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's because Go
ahead.
I've been taking some libations.
Go ahead.
No, seriously, man, for real. Listen, when I left and I separated from my wife, I moved. We were living in one state. I moved to another state to take a job. And she and I went out on the best of terms. And like I said, I prefaced this earlier with, I think she's amazing. I'll reiterate that shit because she is, for real, in my eyes.
Right.
I would have never married her if she wasn't. So fuck would anybody believe, would anybody want to speculate, right? I think she's an amazing person. And I always would say, and everybody heard me say sometimes two good people just ain't good together. I'm recognizing and realizing now in my sugar daddy ways that I was the one that was really fucked up because how I grew up. And again, we talked about early in the journey that you become a product of what you see and what you're around. But the shit that you can't fucking dismiss if you're not a spiritual person, which I am, unbeknownst what you may see or believe, right? I'm a spiritual, but my point is that in the DNA shit, but DNA, you can't get rid of what's in the DNA is in the DNA. So me trying so hard not to be like my father, who I didn't spend time around.
You can't just like
I became just like him. So I realized on my journey, man, I was married for a long time. I took a job trying to discover myself, trying to really better myself and better my family. Me and my wife were not on the same page. We were not eye to eye. And when I left, it gave me time to really be free. And I had never been free before. I got married very young. I had kids young, 19, 20, 21 years old. Nigga, I'm married with kids.
Oh, you proud?
Okay? I'm real proud.
Proud to be a sugar daddy?
I mean, I'm proud of the motherfucker.
Proud to be a sugar daddy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked what came with it. So that's my point on my journey.
Yeah.
When I moved, I separated and I realized I didn't want to be with her. But I didn't break it off. So this was my journey. I didn't file for no divorce or nothing. I just faked the funk. I just did what the fuck I had to do. Right? But as a man, hold on.
Wait. I feel so lost when you telling your story like it's elements. I'm trying to put this together and I can't follow you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay, so I was married.
Okay.
Right? I took a job, so I separated from her and the kids.
All right.
But the kids were graduating high school. They were pretty in college, grown. Okay. When I left her, I never divorced her. I still would fly back on fucking on holidays and all that shit. Okay. But I knew I really didn't want to be with her for real. Right. But I would go home, we do and shit. I'd play the role as the husband, as the father, all that shit.
What y'all would do?
everything that a family would do. We sleeping in the same bed, all that shit, same thing, everything. Okay.
Yeah, so you act like y'all still married even though y'all separated.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. Okay.
In the beginning.
Okay.
Right. And then I took a job in another state, right? And then when I came to that next state, I met somebody and we hit it off. But to your point earlier, I love, I'm bad at it. As Usher would say, shit, I failed. I fell in love. Then I got a job in another state, but I wanted her to come with me, right? So I go to this next state and she comes with me. And when she comes with me, when we kicking it and we good, I mean, we fucking great. And then she becomes my fiance, right?
What I'm saying, you take me on this journey, but show me how you evolved to now saying you're a sugar daddy.
Because she became my fiance. So think about
everybody not gonna qualify to be a sugar daddy.
That's right. So check me out. So now, I told you when I separated from my wife, I didn't file for divorce, but I was taking care of all her bills. And in the beginning, taking care of all her bills, I'm flying home, shit, damn near every other week or whatever. And I'm flying at every fucking holiday, everything, with gifts. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, every goddamn thing, okay? Hold on. But then I just told you I found somebody when I moved to this next state. So follow the journey. I moved to the most expensive motherfucking state, the #1 market in the country, right? Making money. So that was a prerequisite.
New York.
Right.
You moved to New York.
So, man, but my girl I'm in love with, who's now the fiance, comes with me to New York. But we having issues, right? And we having issues, and she comes back. She leaves me in New York, and she moved back home, right? Mm-hmm. So now I got a wife and a fiance, and I'm still by my fucking self, and I meet one of the baddest women that you could ever imagine. But I'm still handling business. I'm fucking paying ex-wife shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm flying back and forth to go see my fiance, who is the most amazing person in the world. We were just at a fucked up space in our life, right? But then I'm by myself. And so then I meet somebody and I feel hard for her. And what we just say, everyone, I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love with what I wasn't fucking getting. But then when I'm starting dishing out all this money, and that shit won't fucking cheap, I am spending money like a motherfucker. Now I'm buying 3 Valentine's gifts. I'm buying 3 anniversary gifts. I'm buying 3 birthday gifts and shit. I'm paying 3 bills. I'm paying all this shit. I'm like, God damn, wait a minute. And then at a certain point, everybody know about everybody. Because the saying is fucking true. What's done in the dark come in the motherfucking light. So now you just tell the goddamn truth.
So all three of them knew about it because see, mine, it's 7. It's 7, but they all knew there was 1 more. But they didn't know it was 6 more.
But see, that was my mistake. I had those 3. The only one that knew about the wife was the fiance. The girlfriend didn't know about the wife or the fiance. The wife didn't know about nobody. Right? So how I became the sugar daddy status was, shit, I got caught up and everybody knew about everything. I had to tell I was forced to tell the truth.
Well, yeah, it's levels to this shit.
You got that right.
It's pros and cons
so
to this shit.
But here's what happened though. All 3 of them was with me, and I could do what I wanted to do with all 3 of them, but they all wanted me to make a decision because they all wanted me to be theirs. But I was caught up, and they was caught up too. You know what I'm saying? So shit. To your point earlier, is like, goddamn, who do you gotta qualify, and that's some stressful shit. Can you carry the mantle of being a fucking sugar daddy? What?
Well, let me say this. So going back to glamorous and the lifestyle, man, it look good. Mm-hmm. It feels so good. Mm-hmm. I mean, traveling, and you got
I'm flying bitches in, everything. Yeah.
In the world.
Shit, I'm going to, man, you know what I do for a living. I mean, I'm flying bitches in though, meeting celebrities, award shows. gospel show, every goddamn thing you could think of. I was doing it.
You know what? Hey,
Hands
see,
down.
But you know what, man? That's a culture that's been created.
Yeah.
Because when white boys is flying them,
Just to look at them.
yeah. And there's a difference in
And
the
they
white sugar
spending money.
daddy
You got
and the
that
black
right.
sugar daddy.
You sure enough right is.
So a white sugar daddy, he ain't got to have sex. And most times he gonna date a black chick because she don't want it from him anyway.
Yeah, true.
All she want is money. A black sugar daddy, he want to fuck. Let me just preface that. Let me say that. A black sugar daddy, I don't give a goddamn now. Let me say this.
A black sugar daddy,
unless he impotent.
He don't have no ED, ED
If
shit.
he got an
Yeah.
ED problem,
He got some shit wrong with him, yeah.
Hey man, however you need to go get it.
Yeah.
Companionship, Congratulations.
Yeah. Go get it.
But
But most, we talking about the motherfucker
I'm
who,
gonna speak for myself.
ain't, and me too. No ED problems. I ain't gotta take no motherfucking Viagra, none of that shit. It can go long time.
So let me say it this way.
They know.
But I have trouble sometimes getting with them.
Yeah, well, that comes with the territory.
No shit.
It comes with the territory.
Man, say they want to fight all kind of shit. Man, I have trouble getting with them
But hold on.
because I put man. Listen,
But
when
hold on, but D, hold on. Your journey though. See, that's when I had 3, and then I stumbled onto the shit. But tell me
what I'm saying is, but it's starting to evolve as I get older.
When you realized you was a sugar daddy?
Man, I realized I was a sugar daddy after it was over with.
Yeah.
After all of them gone. See, while I was in it, I couldn't see it. I told you I love every last one of them. I love it. Listen, love will blind you.
I know.
And I was in love with 7 at one time. No, listen, man.
But bro, but you said you had 7, right?
I love each one of them a different way.
But hold on, when you was in it, right? Like for me, now I fucking hear what you're saying, because even when I was in my situation, I didn't realize.
Like a motherfucker don't be, you fuck with 2 or 3 women, you love each, if you a man, you love each woman in a different motherfucking way.
You do.
Y'all have sex different, y'all talk to each other different, y'all probably do different things. You like the way this one smell, you like the way this one look, and you like the way this one fuck. Come on, man. But each one of them you experience every time you go get with her.
In your journey, have you met one? Have you had one that met all 3?
All 3, all 7. Yeah, I got one right now.
You got one that met all 7.
That's it. Subconsciously, I always knew I was a sugar daddy. I'm gonna say, just be real about that. I always knew I was gonna be a sugar daddy. What's it? Because I had no problem paying for what I want. Now, here's the thing. And I understood you had a need, and I wanted some. And I'm gonna meet your need, and you become me mine. That's it. Let's go, and let's not play the games. So, being a sugar daddy is you ain't got to go play that fucking game.
Well, for me.
No, because a lot of women don't understand why men our age look at younger women.
Well, for me, when you stop fucking a
and
man.
they full of shit, don't get me wrong. Let me say that. I ain't saying a younger woman, I'm not going to say, let me not say they're full of shit. I'm going to say they're immature in ways where our women our age know how to operate. Young women, shit don't give a fuck. They just, they're gonna move how they gonna move.
Why do you think we become sugar daddies? Why do you think we become a sugar daddy?
Man.
Hold on, think about what the fuck you just said. You said them young girls ain't gonna give you the intellectual shit.
What they gonna give
for the most part,
a lot of feelings and emotions.
So
if you in tune to yours,
yeah,
because I like a bitch gonna get down.
Yeah,
most men do. That crazy bitch. I like my bitch being a little crazy. I'm gonna know, bitch, you got my back.
If I'm a guy,
like,
smack him up, can you go come?
Like,
yeah.
I don't know, bitch, you finna run.
My ex-wife was like that.
Say, bitch, where you going?
Man, my ex-wife was like that. I go outside, motherfucker was sitting on the car. I go outside to address the motherfucker. And they laughing and shit behind me. She out that motherfucker like, what we doing? I'm like, God damn. Let me fight my battles aside. But yeah, I like that too. Be crazy.
We first got together.
Yeah.
I'm in my vet. I get up on the side of this George Charger and roll my window down. Well, when I roll my window down, my girl is following me on the freeway.
Yeah.
We finna race. When I roll my window, I hold my hand up 1, 2, 3.
Who getting ready to race, you and your girl or you?
No, me and the George Charger.
Okay, y'all get ready to race. Okay. Gotcha.
My girl behind me. She don't know we finna race. She get between us. Okay? In a little Honda Accord. We take off. She take off. She scared the motherfucker. She like, wait, they finna kill you. I said, no, they ain't. We racing. But I brought the point up to say, that was a funny ass story, but that's how she looked out for me. She ain't knew me about a week.
Yeah.
She had my back. No, she a little crazy.
Well, what I'm saying.
We rode 130, 140. She in the 140, she rolling with us. Now she ain't keeping up, of course, but she rolling faster than that motherfucker go.
Well, that's what I mean. We all like that shit. Like I said, man, my ex-wife was crazy in the motherfucker. Like, for real. I'm telling you, I went outside, some cats was sitting on our car, right? Now, we young as shit, you know. Man, we go outside. I'm going out there to tell the cats, hey, man, you know, I'm going out there trying to, I ain't trying to fight anybody. Hey, listen, man, don't sit, you know, y'all got to get up the car. Man, before I could turn around, man, they laughing and shit. She behind me out there with a knife and shit, like, get off the motherfucking car. I'm like, oh, you know, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But it was a bittersweet moment. Like, God, let me handle it. But at the same time, I feel what you're saying. Yeah. Ride or die. So, yeah, but still, out of all of that shit, it came down to one thing, though. We had financial problems. I was young at it at the time and shit, and I started building up. Right. So here's the thing.
So hold on. So when you realized you was a sugar daddy, did you start hanging out in different places?
No. Yes. I said yes.
No, because there's places. No, that's places where sugar daddies hang out.
100%. 100%.
And see,
100%.
Those women that know.
They know.
Bars.
Absolutely cigar bars.
Pickup bars like Papa Do's.
Upscale steakhouses, that kind of thing.
Papa Do's, don't sue me. But go ahead. I'm from Houston, too.
You're right. There are places where we hang out. However, here's the thing. You mature to it, right? So I use the example. My wife, even though she was ride or die the whole nine, you know, I was trying again not to be like my father. So I didn't want to divorce her because I wanted my kids to see a man taking care of business. I didn't want them to see what I saw, right? So I was trying to prevent that shit. So I was doing everything I could to make sure she never had to worry about shit. And she didn't. I ain't gonna say we didn't have our struggles like we all, but for the most part, she had to worry about shit. Here's where the sugar daddy shit came in. I started making some real motherfucking money, and I realized me and this girl ain't gonna work out. Because she ain't fucking me the way I want to. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Now, she won't fuck it because I was an asshole to me. I was doing shit, you know, but again, I wasn't getting what I needed that was important to me. See, what was important to her was making sure she was stable, financial, all that shit, right? She wanted to feel secure. She wanted her man to take care of her.
You start making more money, and it's just, you find out you could get more.
Well, no, I realized I didn't want to be with her, but I wasn't fair to her. See, I should have left. I should have broke it off. No, I should have did it the right way.
But
and
you
I didn't.
said that.
Right. Okay.
You started making more money. More money gave you more options. And you took advantage of those options in ways that benefited you.
Well, money gave me a little bit more power. Money gave money. For me, it was I had money and I had position so I can get in rooms that most motherfuckers couldn't. Right? I can go into most restaurants and meet artists and celebrities that most couldn't. Right? Because of what I did for a living. So it was a little different. Right? I was living a lifestyle. I was making money, all that shit. So that's where the average guy, you got, again, qualifying to be a sugar daddy, right? They wouldn't. So when I was making money and I realized that shit wasn't going to work out with my ex-wife, I started making moves. But I could afford to make the moves. I'm renting a fucking apartment in New York. In Queens, New York. I'm working in Manhattan. I'm taking care of a fiance living in another state and paying all of the bills from my wife. And I'm taking trips. Me and the girlfriend, we flying everywhere. We in Puerto Rico for Christmas and shit. We everywhere. And that's when I realized, damn, to be a sugar daddy, first of all, you gotta afford to be one. Now, my situation was a little different. I know we'll eventually have, a segment where we talk about the love part of it.
Just 'cause you got
But
money don't mean you're sugar daddy.
no, it's not. But when you taking care of everything, because guess what? When shit go left or the money run out or something happen, they start pulling away too. So again, I know. First of all, to be a sugar daddy, first of all, ain't no fucking secrets, because it's easier that way.
Well, of course.
It's easy. It ain't no stress. Everybody know everything. You know what I mean?
That's in the hopes. That's how you hope it would be.
Well, for me,
Understand? Wait a
shit.
minute. Sugar baby got a role too.
Well, that's the point. Play your fucking role. The only reason why I get fucked up when you start breaking the rules. There is rules to this shit.
I get it, but I'm saying sugar babies and they break them all the time.
Yeah, they do. Well, man, your journey was sweet too, man. My journey, shit.
Man,
so, would you trade your journey?
Well, knowing what I know now, yeah, and no. Yeah, I would trade it for health reasons.
Okay.
No, I would trade it for no other reason.
I don't have no regrets.
And if you ain't got your health, you ain't got nothing. So I would do it different.
I wouldn't trade it.
I wouldn't have so many.
Okay. Well,
I would do it different, but I wouldn't have so many.
Well,
I probably have 2 or 3. Remember?
Well, let me say it like this for me.
I got one now.
I'm grateful for my journey. I got one now too, right? I'm grateful for my journey. I'm not only grateful for my journey, but it made me and molded me to who I am for real. It made me look at shit differently. It made me realize that I too, man, you very well right about your health and shit, right? Because you went through your health situation, but shit, I was stressed as a motherfucker. I'm losing weight. I couldn't sleep.
Man, this is what I
emotions all over the motherfucking
but
place.
This is what I say. One of the cons of being a sugar daddy, and listen to what I'm saying. One of the cons of being a sugar daddy is he's a selfish guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very fucking selfish. Want what he want when he want it.
Yeah.
And is willing to pay whatever the price is. As long as I want it, I'm gonna get it.
You gotta be able to
The Diaphilus sample is going to get what he wants. And the women say that about me. I ain't just saying that about me. That's what they say. You gonna get what you want.
I think that's most of us though. You think a woman ain't gonna get what she want?
She's supposed to. Yeah. She better.
You fucking absolutely right.
I think you living less than no privileges.
I think everybody should get what they want. So if it's fucking women that you want, go get it. Here's my thing: what's the process of getting it? That's what I'm talking. We talking about the journey. What's the fucking process of getting it? So for me, number one is I learned along my journey. If a sugar daddy lifestyle is what you want, then goddamn it,
be happy with it.
No. Walk in it, but tell your truth.
Yeah.
I tell you this, when my shit got blown up and I started doing this shit, man, the one thing I remember the girlfriend telling me when everything blew up, she said to me, why didn't you just come and tell me the truth and let me make my own decision? Which kind of hit me like, well, goddamn, you would have gave me an option? Because see, in my mind, I couldn't fucking tell you because you wouldn't have been with me.
Yeah, but see,
in my mind.
See, we all have a need. And that's to get away with something.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
So for me,
what can you get away with?
It was more. That's one of the cons. Well, because we talk about the pros, all the glamorous lifestyle, the women, the sex, the travel, all that's cool. But there's cons go with that too. Selfish, control.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have a fucking ego and tough skin. Because most sugar babies sensitive. They're so motherfucking sensitive.
I don't know, but some of them not.
Shit, man, they're so goddamn sensitive. Let me tell you something. And I love that shit. That's what get me. Bitch, you better be soft. I love this shit. I love a soft woman. Bitch, don't be hard.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need another man. I don't need a man. Bitch, be soft. Be tender.
Yeah.
Be who you are.
Yeah, I don't like that
Stop
shit
trying to rap like you a man.
Don't, man.
Like,
Don't,
come on, man.
yeah, don't man me. Goddamn, don't bully me and shit. Don't.
Yeah, but it's not necessary.
Yeah. I want
God
you to be
made you
soft, too.
who you are. You're a woman. You're a female. You're not a match for a man. So just stay in your place. But the problem is, it's too sensitive. You gotta be careful what you say.
Were you saying from the species of a woman, they still kind of
Yeah,
sensitive?
you gotta just be careful what you say. I ain't talking about calling them bitches and hoes. I ain't talking about calling them out their name. I'm talking about,
You ever call them by the name?
you know, well, I've done a lot. I've done a whole lot. And I'm supposed to say whatever I want to when I want to if you make me mad enough.
Do you think your journey made you better?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, it made me better as a person. Not because I let everybody go, just and chose the one I want to be with.
Yeah.
And that one I can get our own 7 experiences. Whichever one I want. I just be, and that woman's all 7 wrapped in one.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now too, man. You want one woman with all the experiences.
Yeah.
It's hard to find that shit though.
Nah, I'm not gonna say we don't have tough times. We have tough times, but I'm saying
it's hard to find that shit.
It's rare. You just don't get that. That don't come. It's a select few God put on this earth. And when you find your one, you know your person. You know. Like, y'all probably not gonna stop fucking around for a while till y'all get on each other's nerves enough where you say, man, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
The reason, what I said, I got my cord, I got my wallet in the other room. I got my cord in my wallet. I never tore it up. I'm still a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
I'm just not practicing right now. And the reason I'm not is because I'm trying something new for the first time in my life, being faithful to just one woman. Now, should we not make it in a relationship? I'm putting this out here on record. I'm back on the market if she decide we ain't gonna make it. I'm living my life to where I'm gonna be happy and be free to just love anybody I want to love and make love to every female that turn me on. If she and I can agree to whatever situation we come up with. Transactional.
D, you were in a committed relationship and had 6 other women that they knew about her, but she didn't know about all 6 that you was fucking. You were in a committed relationship and was still a sugar daddy. You were committed to a woman who was living with you, your fiance, who didn't know that you was fucking all 6 other women.
I was never committed.
You was in a committed relationship.
I was in a relationship, but it wasn't a commitment.
What you mean? You weren't married?
Oh, marriage to me is a commitment.
So boyfriend, girlfriend, and you, or fiance,
It don't exist.
Fiance,
It don't exist.
It ain't committed.
If you stick with one man and one woman, you ain't said your vows before God. That don't exist.
So are you in a
That's
committed?
not even
So you in a
the
committed?
problem is
So are you in a
word
committed
color.
relationship? Are you in a committed relationship right
Sugar
now?
daddy is transactional.
Are you in a committed relationship right now?
Yeah.
So you married?
Oh, no, I'm not.
What the fuck? You contradicting yourself? What the fuck? Bullshit.
What?
That's what we just said. How you gonna contradict yourself? You just told me a commitment was marriage. Oh, commitment. You was in a committed relationship when you was fucking the other 6 others.
I'm not gonna call it a commitment. I'm gonna call it. I'm in a relationship, but I made a choice to be with one woman.
That's a
Nigga, I'm still a sugar
Hold on.
daddy. I don't give a fuck
So
what
guess
nobody
what?
say.
So guess what?
Nigga, I'm a stand
Hey,
up.
hold on.
I'm a
So
stand up.
guess what?
choose. I'm gonna take my own
But
desire.
guess what?
Ain't let no motherfucker tell me
You-
how I'm gonna be.
But you committed to being with one woman. Commitment.
You define commitment as a relationship between 2 people, right?
A what?
Listen,
I'm listening.
who came up with that?
Doesn't matter.
What I'm saying. I don't believe it.
You don't believe what?
That a commitment is between two people who ain't in a agreement before God. In a relationship, I'm talking about.
Right.
In a relationship.
Right. Okay. Okay. I wasn't married and not married and in a committed relationship, right? So in a committed relationship, you pray with your woman? That before God. That before God, you pray for. No, I'm just saying. Are we talking about marriage or not?
You know what? He asked a question. The question is,
Can you
I'm telling you from my opinion, how I think.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just trying to understand.
It's not gonna change. But what I just said not gonna change.
Okay.
I am in a relationship where I made a choice. That's why I said I'm gonna sit for some motherfucker, man.
Listen.
I put that on everything. I know how selfish I am. I'm making my own motherfucking decisions. I'm gonna move how I'm gonna move. Ain't nobody gonna tell me how I'm gonna move. So
and I love that shit.
When I fuck with this woman, I make a decision to say I don't want to fuck with nobody else.
I ain't mad at none of that. I'm just trying to understand it. Hold on. I'm just trying to understand it.
You cut off my butt.
No, I'm just trying to understand it. You said commitment was an agreement. Hold on, let me just make sure I understand it. An agreement.
Well, don't hold me to the letter of the law. I'm drinking and shit now. I'm just saying.
Okay.
So
all right.
Fuck what I say and watch what I do.
Okay. Well, look, let's put a bow on this, man. You know, your journey, my journey. What we've identified though is, like the Marines say, once a sugar daddy, always a sugar daddy.
I know that's right.
So D, man, great segment. You know, we always talk about sweet or sour, man. So we're gonna bring our viewers in a little bit. So I just want to ask you a question, give your viewpoint. I'm gonna give my viewpoint, right? So sweet or sour, here we go, right? For our viewers and our listeners, on the question or the topic at hand, you say if it's sweet, meaning, oh, that's pretty cool, that's good, that's great. You give your opinion of it. You kind of give your argument, right? If it's sour, you be like, no, that's fucked up. That's horrible. I don't want to thought, but you still give your opinion of why. And we both address whether it's sweet or sour. All right?
Got it.
So I think everybody got it. You ready? Sweet or sour, D? A sugar baby that has a boyfriend. Is it sweet or sour for her to also have a sugar daddy?
Sour. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
It's sour because, in my opinion, if you the boyfriend, you should be doing what I'm doing. So you go on with your little man, y'all do what y'all do. Cause this sugar daddy shit, this a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Right? And it's okay, but if you wanna fuck with me, just being told this transparent, if you wanna fuck with me, you gotta do, we probably ain't gonna work out. I ain't got time for this shit. You got to be by yourself. That's just me. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna take interest in you, none of that. We might flirt, but you gotta do, I know how I like to fuck. And I don't need nothing getting in the way.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't know. When I was thinking about this topic, man, I kind of in between it's bittersweet. So because I agree with you. I agree that if you with the dude, right, he should be doing what I'm doing. However, if we got our own situation and we know the rules and that ain't no conflict for me, I don't give a fuck. Because I ain't leaving my bitch for you. We already established that. You're a sugar baby. We got rules and shit, right?
I get it.
So now.
But for you said she can have a dude. You don't give a fuck.
Well, I don't want her fucking a whole bunch of niggas. Don't get it twisted now.
Well, I'm just, wait. We on this time about the one
dude. Yeah. But if she got a dude, if I'm doing the job right anyway, which I do, she ain't gonna be fucking him along no way. But keep your dude if that's what make you happy. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm gonna do what I do. Because guess what's gonna happen? I'm already gonna do shit that he can't do. I'm gonna fly you out. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna do what he can't do or not doing. I'm gonna dick you down real good because that's a part of it. I'm gonna pay some bills. I'm gonna get your hair done. We're gonna take trips and shit. I'm gonna expose you to something greater anyway. So whether you keep him or not, It ain't gonna stop us from doing what we doing. Here's what I identified though. If her emotions get involved, she ain't gonna fuck with him long no way. Or if it gets to a point where I know she can't be my woman, then that's when a point where that shit about to end anyway. And she gonna go ahead and go with her dude who gonna take her in and take care of her anyway.
I guess that's it, man.
So that's my take.
I guess just a different guy when it comes down. I just don't like if I fuck with you, it's just me and you.
Yeah, I mean,
Just me.
I guess I'm like that at the end. Eventually, it does come a time. I mean, I agree with. That's why I said that's one of the reasons why I said I'm in between, right? Because I agree. At the end, you're like, bitch, I do too much for you to be even fucking with this mother. What you still with her for? Kind of thing. You know what I mean? I guess what I'm saying is that they ain't no turn off for me. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
It's more for me.
Yeah, I get it. But that wraps it up, man. You know, is it sweet or is it sour?
It's sour than a motherfucker.
I think it's sweet. Man, I love the journey, man. You know, your story is amazing. I had mine.
Oh yeah, man.
Great segment, man. But look, to our viewers, we got a whole lot to talk about, man.
I know this.
We're gonna dive into your situations, my situations, all of our friends and loved ones, and all your situations. So this was great. Thank y'all for tuning in. Come on, check us out, follow us, get connected with us, because guess what? This is Sugar Daddies. Real talk.
Real connections.